Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Operation IELTS. I'm extremely grateful for your time, and I hope that you're having a fantastic week. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we've received some requests to produce a video about the IELTS Writing Task 2. So, we decided that we would produce a series of short lessons that will help you get to grips with the format of Writing Task 2, and we've called this mini-series, if you will, Getting Writing Just Right. Now, the objective of this mini-series is to help you to reflect upon the structure, content, and grammar of a high-band piece of IELTS writing. But before we begin the mini-series, it's extremely important to remember the following formula. The most important influence on your ability to learn something new is your attitude. If you're positive, if you're motivated, if you're driven, if you're alert during the learning process, then I guarantee that you will take more away from it. That's why sitting back casually on your sofa, chilling out while you're listening to this may be better than not listening to it at all. But if you have a pen in your hand, if you have a piece of paper or a notebook in front of you and you're jotting down information so that you can review it again later, if you're actively engaging with the material, then I guarantee you're going to benefit from it far more. So before we start, I want you to get active. I want you to get positive. I want you to remember why you're studying for the IELTS. I want you to visualize where you would like to be and the role that the IELTS exam plays in that journey. Now, this stuff matters to you, right? It's important. So let's take the video seriously. I want you to take away as much information as you possibly can so that you can get the band score that you need to take the next step in your life. So please, if you can, get a pen, get a piece of paper, and let's get started. So as you probably know already, the IELTS writing exam is 1 hour long, 60 minutes, and it contains 2 parts. Now, these 2 parts are not equally weighted. Task 1 makes up approximately 33% or 1/3 of your band score. And Writing Task 2 takes up the remaining 2/3 or 66% of the score. Now, according to the IELTS people themselves, they recommend that 20 minutes be spent on Writing Task 1 and 40 minutes be spent on Writing Task 2. So that means to be successful in this writing paper, you have to be able to use every single second of the hour to your advantage. Not only when you're writing, but also when you are planning and when you're editing as well. Those 2 parts of the exam, the planning and the editing at the end, are extremely important, and we're going to go over them in more detail in the future. Now, for Writing Task 2, you're looking to write at least 250 words. And for Writing Task 1, you're looking to write at least 150 words. So that means that the entire process of planning, writing, and editing has to be smooth and compact. There really isn't any time to lose in the exam, so you do have to be in the routine of writing quickly but accurately. And that's definitely a challenging task, but don't worry about it. You've got it. You can do this. And if we can provide you with support, we're going to get to that destination together. So what we're going to do now is move on to the planning stage of Writing Task 2. But before we can actually plan anything, we have to think about the type of question that you're going to face when you open up that paper. And there are 5 most common styles of questions found in Writing Task 2, and they are the following. The first one is called an advantages and disadvantages essay. And in that kind of essay, you are required to outline the advantages and the disadvantages of a particular issue before giving your own opinion. The second type of essay is called an opinion essay. And in that type of essay, you are required to write about to what extent you agree or disagree with a particular statement. The third type of essay is called a problem and solution essay. And in that type of essay, you have to identify the possible problems connected to a topic and consider some possible solutions. The fourth type of common essay is called a discussion essay. And what that does is that requires you to discuss 2 sides of an issue and then provide your own opinion. And the 5th most common type of essay is a 2-part question. And this is a combination of two types of question in one, and we will need to go over that in a little bit more detail in the future so that you're ready for your exam. But today we're going to focus upon a problem and solution essay, and we're going to think about how to identify a problem and solution essay when you open the paper. So how are you going to know that you have to write a problem and solution essay? Is it going to say that clearly on the page? Probably not. But you might expect to find the words problem and solution in the question, right? That is often the case, but not always, because by now you're probably aware that these IELTS people can be quite tricky. And therefore, sometimes synonyms or words that have a similar meaning to problem and solution are used in a question in order to assess your understanding of language. So have a look at this example. This is one possible problem and solution essay. The question says, widespread access to the internet means that many people prefer to consult search engines instead of doctors when they fall ill. What problems are associated with this practice, and can you think of any solutions? So in that question, you can see explicitly, it's very clear, the words problem and the word solution. So you wouldn't have any difficulties analyzing this question and saying, right, I need to write a problem and solution essay. However, it's perfectly possible that the question could be worded differently, perhaps like this one. Widespread access to the internet means that many people prefer to consult search engines instead of doctors when they fall ill. What issues are associated with this practice, and what measures can be taken to solve this problem? Now, in that question, you do see the word problem, but you also recognize that there are synonyms used, such as issues and measures. So it's not quite as straightforward as the previous question. You must be aware of these common synonyms for the words problem and solution, because if you know those synonyms, then it's going to help you to identify the type of essay that you have to write. So have a look at these common synonyms. Common synonyms for the word problem are a difficulty, an issue, a challenge, or perhaps a complication, whilst other common synonyms for the word solution are remedy, resolution, measure, solve, or resolve. So before you begin planning, it's extremely important to analyze the question carefully, because it's not uncommon for students to misinterpret the question and then they end up writing the wrong type of essay, which obviously doesn't do their band score any favors. And that can be deeply problematic, and it can mark you down in a way that you don't want to be. So for today, that's enough. What I want you to do, please, is I would like you to keep your eyes on the Operation IELTS YouTube page for the next installment of this mini-series, Getting Writing Just Right. And I hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you have, and most importantly, if you've learned something from it, I would like you please to like the video, to subscribe to the page, leave us a comment, ask us some questions, and head over to the Operation IELTS Instagram page so that we can have a conversation, a discussion, and I can find out exactly what it is that you guys need to help you to progress and to move forward on your IELTS journey. Now, I hope that you stay positive during your studies and stay focused on what you're trying to achieve. Keep moving forward, and I look forward to helping you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time.